Okay.
Okay, so we've got the 460 up on the mill, and again, this video's for Dustin, so just bear with me. It's going to be a little bit lengthy. What we've done here is we have an indicator, or we have a level rather. This is a precision level that will measure to within 5/10,000ths of an inch, which is about a 1/2 thousandth of an inch. Very, very accurate level. So I've got it perfectly leveled this way to within a 1/2 thousandths, which is really close. Then what we've also done is we have a dial indicator set up on the actual cutting head here. And in order to get this correct from end to end, what I do is I bring this up, and we got our spindle here, so we run this down. Come over on this side of me, Dan. I want him to see the indicator. What we do is we run this down until we get to 0 on our indicator. So we're going to zero this out. We're going to get right to 0 on our indicator. Then we're going to look up here at where we're at. Okay. All right, that's good. We are at about 58 there, 58 thousandths on our dial here. Then we go back up, back it off, and we're going to run all the way over. You can come back to the other side. I don't think you're going to be able to squeeze in there. We run all the way over to the other side with our indicator. We got our indicator right on the firing area, okay? And then I'm going to run this down again until I get to 0, which is right there. And if you look at our indicator up here, we are in exactly the same spot as we were at the other end of the block. Now, it's a little trickier than what I just showed you because I spent some time off camera leveling this thing. It only took me about 10 minutes to get it right. So we know that from end to end on this block, we are perfectly square. Back up over there a little bit. We're perfectly square from end to end because we've indicated it in with a dial indicator. And we've got our 5/10,000ths level that's got us level this way. The way that we make sure that that level is right is the machine is actually perfectly level to the floor. So we'll set our indicator down here and get a base reading, and then we'll come up and compare this here with our level. And then we'll indicate it in from left to right. And then we just go ahead and cut. This is our BHJ fixture. You can see these V-blocks and these V-block hold downs here. This also came with the BHJ kit. There's one on each side. These plates down here below that are underneath here, we fabricated these ourselves, and we sanded these on a belt sander, and we pretty much made them all exactly the same thickness. The nice thing about these is, depending on what block you use, you can add or take away plates if you have different deck heights. So it works out really good. Works great with this BHJ fixture. We haven't had a lot of problems. So then what we're going to do is we're going to take our machine, get a shot of this here. The machine is going to rotate here, so we're just going to bring our cutters up to where over the block surface here. So right here, if you look at this, we're right over the block surface. And then I'm gonna physically run that down until I'm close. We don't actually want to touch the block at this point. We just run it down until we're close. And then we're gonna go ahead and turn our spindle on.
Bleep, bloop.
Helps if you have the breaker on. So we're gonna turn our spindle on. And we're just going to come in real slow and touch off on that block. So we're going to run this down, and you'll hear and see the teeth starting to hit the block. We're just going to come in and do what we call touch off the block right there. Some guys will touch off here and then raise it up and touch off on the other side, but since we've indicated it in, we don't really need to do that. We know that the block is perfectly level, or very, very close to being perfectly level. So we just run down slow, and there you go. And if you look at that cut mark, you can see that that mark, I don't know how well that's going to come out, but my cut mark's hitting all the way across the block, which is a good sign. So we'll back up here, and then we'll just engage our feed. And the beauty of this fixture is that we are making the deck of this block a perfect 90 degrees to the center line of the crankshaft. And that's how you set up your BHJ fixture. So hopefully this will help a little bit. The other thing that might be helpful is if you're thinking about buying a BHJ fixture. When I was thinking about buying this, I really didn't understand how the setup worked, and I looked for a video online that had somebody setting up a BHJ fixture on a Storm Vulcan 85B. Nobody had one, so I thought, well, that's a problem. If somebody else is looking for one of these, they probably need to see how easy this thing sets up. Fantastic setup. I think I paid $1,250 or something for this block milling fixture, and it was worth every penny, trust me. It's money well spent. The thing is true and accurate, quick setup. And Dustin, I'm going to try to make some more stuff for you, so hopefully you're encouraged by this. I know it's been a long time since we started this project, but we're going to get there.